Hi everyone, let's talk about Russian Railroads, which is just absolutely fantastic. Just with its base game, ignoring the expansions. There are a lot of games where you kind of, you'll grow over time, you'll build your engine up, but I don't think many games have got the sense of escalation that Russian Railroads has. And yeah, we've played this quite a few times and love it. You might not think that is the mistake that I made in the playthrough with the scoring, but yeah, it doesn't escalate quite as much as I claimed it did in the playthrough. But yeah, in the first few rounds, you were scoring, 2 points, 3 points, 7 points, and then by the end, you can be scoring over 100 points just in one round by everything is building off what you have done before, and there are a lot of different ways that you can go about building your network in Russian Railroads as well. You can go for, my favorite is that St. Petersburg line. Is it? No, it's the Trans-Siberian line, isn't it? The great big one where you can have all of the different colors of rail, and if you can get all of them out and quite far along, you can score yourself an enormous number of points. But it's not at all the only way to do it. You can go for getting multiple workers as quickly as you can, getting those shorter lines and getting your grey rail up so that the whole line doubles, or going for a mixture of the rails and factories as well, going into factories and getting all of the special benefits from those, because you won't get that many from going down the rails, whereas every time you go past a factory, you'll get some kind of benefit for doing that. And then maybe you can take the question mark bonus that gives you another industry marker where you can go through them all again. There's just some brilliant combinations just in the base game itself. And I love the very tight worker placement in a two-player game. Even more so in the solo game. It's a really tight worker placement game where you are really vying for those engineers, not just for the 40-point bonus that it can give you for having the majority of them, but it can really shape your playstyle if you can get the right combination of them based on what you can see at the start of the game. It's absolutely fantastic game. And the expansions just take it to the next level. It's got German railroads and American railroads. American railroads as this kind of stock market thing that as you progress up this stock market, you'll get extra benefits. And I don't mean to put it down in this, it's still a fantastic addition and a great new way to play in it. But German railroads is such an amazing expansion because it adds, it added the solo cards, it added the solo mode. But it comes with these player boards that have great big gaps in them. And when you progress your train into these gaps, you get to pick from a selection of different, the board is kind of split up into these little chunks where you will get all of these punchboard bits to replace that empty gap. And you can customize completely your own player board. And, I mentioned just in the base game that there are all these different ways of going about your rail network. In German railroads, even more so, because not only is it adding, it's adding coal as a resource as well. That is an extra part to the game and new engineers and stuff. But that element of just completely customizing everything, definitely, I still love playing American and the vanilla game, but just for the amount of customization and how different playing it every time will be in German railroads, definitely tips it up as, I think, my favorite way to play still. And hopefully, there's more countries, there's more railroads in the world, isn't there? Hopefully there'll be more of this in the future, although the box does weigh a fair bit and just barely doesn't quite sit shut with everything crammed in there at once. But yeah, I would be happy to see more because Russian Railroads is, it was an earlier game for us back when we went to a game group and got introduced to it. Very thankful for that. But yeah, still, it's been a while since we played it, as you may tell from the mistake that I made. But yeah, still reminded of how absolutely beautiful this is. And it's definitely one that sticks around in our collection. Russian Railroads. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. There's hundreds more videos on the channel, hundreds more games covered. I'm sure you'll find another one that takes your fancy. Thanks for watching this one though, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye everyone.